So, in revision of induction machine. So these are the slots: open slot, semi-open slot, and closed slot. So open slot air gap is more as compared to semi-closed slot, and in semi-closed slot air gap is more as compared to closed slot. The air gap means it is a gap between stator to rotor. Because of open slot, there is a air gap is more. Because of closed, the air gap is less. So when air gap is more, the reluctance is more. So when reluctance is more, flux is less because of pi proportional to mmf by reluctance. If air gap is more, reluctance is less. Air gap is more, reluctance is more, and flux is less. When flux is less, if you use the open slot, air gap more. Because of air gap more, reluctance is more. When reluctance is more, flux is less. Because of less flux, magnetizing current requirement is more. So if you use the open slot, magnetizing current requirement is more. So in a open slot, because of high area, higher magnetizing current is required. In closed slot, less air gap, so less magnetizing current is required. And now coming to load power factor. Power factor cos pi naught is less for open slot because current and cos pi's are inverse relation. We know that I proportional to P by V cos pi. I proportional to P by V cos pi. So in closed slot, cos pi is more because magnetizing current is less. When magnetizing current is less, power factors are more because current and power factors are inverse relations. So whenever no load power factor is and input power factor both are same proportionality, and here the leakage reactance is less. So in open slot leakage reactance is very less. In closed slot leakage reactance is more. So from this we can say that very important here. In an open slot leakage reactance is very less, but leakage reactance is very less and leakage flux also very less here. The leakage flux in open slot is very less. Open slot leakage flux is very less. The leakage flux is the flux which links with only one winding is called leakage flux. The flux which links with only one winding is called leakage flux. And the flux which links with both the winding is called mutual flux. In a open slot, mutual flux is high and leakage flux is less. Okay. In closed slot, leakage flux is more, somewhat more than open slot. Maximum torque, T maximum, or starting torque, or harmonic torques. This all torques are high for open slot because in an open slot currents are more. When currents are more, the torque is more. Torque proportional to current. So the currents is more. Currents are more in a open slot. In a closed slot, currents are very less. Currents are less. So comparatively less than open slot. So in a closed slot, torque developed is less. So if you design any DC machine or AC machine or any machine, so by the your requirement, if you use the open slot, then torque and currents are more. So when currents are more, if you use the open slot, then that machine is high rating machine. Because of high rating machine, that machine can be start by the starters, because the starting current produced by the open slot is more as compared to closed. So the closed slot machines are small rating machines, mostly small rating machines, and open slots machines are large rating machines. But in induction machine, semi-open slots are used because of has the partial advantage of open and closed slot. In open slot, advantage is torque is high. In closed slot, advantage is power factor is high. But we need an induction machine both high torque and high power factor. So we use the semi-closed slots. Among all three types of slot, semi-closed slots are preferred for induction machines. Semi-closed slots are having the partial advantage of open type and partial advantage of closed type slots. Open type slots are generally preferred for synchronous and DC machines because the open slots are gives the higher starting torque, and it is for high rating machines. In general, closed type slots are used in the low HP small rating machines to control the starting currents, as the leakage reactance offered by the closed type slots is very high compared to other type of the slots. The leakage reactance is very high for the closed slots. Now coming to large size motors, use open slot so that already prepared and properly insulated coils can be easily inserted in the open slot. That means if you use the open type slot, if any one of coil will be burned, then that coil will be removed easily in open slots. But in a closed slot, if any one of the coil will be burned, that coil cannot be. That means it is not easy to remove that damaged coil and replace that coil. Stator frame is made up of cast iron. So it is a revision class for a induction machine. So actually we studied that construction of induction machine. In a construction of induction machine, stator core in the stator. A stator is it has mainly a stator frame. Under stator frame, stator core. Under stator core there is a slots. In the slots we have open, semi-open, and closed slot. In that semi-open slots are preferred. And next one is in a semi-open slot there is a winding is placed. That windings are armature winding. Armature winding is concentrated distributed. That concentrated distributed topic I will explain in the next slide. So concentrated distributed and short pitch full pitch winding and integral slot fractional slot winding, that I will explain in the next slide. So in that the rotor we learned that rotors are squirrel cage and slip ring rotors. In squirrel cage there is a problem of low resistance, and so that we go for a modified of squirrel cage machine. So squirrel cage is modified as skewed rotor and double cage rotor. By that also we cannot reach the higher starting torque, so we go for the slip ring induction machines. In a slip ring induction machines, higher torque is available because of external. It is connected to the external resistance, because it connected to the external resistance. Okay, now Now starter. So this is the summary of construction of induction machine. So from the construction of induction machine, there is a overview point. Starter frame is made up of cast iron, as it is a cast iron for small machine and cast steel for large rating machine. And now cylindrical stator core is made up of laminated silicon steel to reduce the hysteresis and eddy current losses. Cylindrical stator core. When stator core is made up of silicon steel, it is laminated to reduce the eddy current losses. Evenly spaced slots are provided on their inner periphery. So in slots, inner periphery, in starter slot, the inner periphery slots are placed laminations to receive the starter winding. The starter carries a three-phase winding to receive the electrical energy, and the winding may be connected either in star or delta. So the starter carries a three-phase winding to receive electrical energy, and the winding may be connected in either in star or delta. The three-phase starter windings are wound for definite number of poles. So it is very important here. The winding starter winding is designed for definite number of mm, poles as per requirement. So here, if number of poles are increased, then speeds are decreased. So we design for required number of poles. So starter must be designed for starter number of poles, but rotor may or may not be designed for number of poles because the rotor is of squirrel cage induction machine is a induced poles. The number of poles on rotor is induced poles. The number of poles on starter, that same poles will be automatically induced on the rotor. The end covers made up of cast iron and starter frame provided only the mechanical support to the starter core and are not designed to carry the starter flux. So end cover made up of cast iron, that means frame, starter frame, provide only the mechanical support to the starter core and are not designed for to carry the starter flux. That means in a DC machine, if you see the yoke, the function of yoke is similar to the starter frame starter frame of AC machine. So, but in a DC machine, yoke carries the half of the flux, but in a AC machine, starter frame doesn't carry any fluxes. So it provide only support to the starter core, but in a yoke, it carries the half of the flux and it provides the support to the field poles. So that is a basic difference. In case DC motor, the yoke carries the magnetic flux. As open slots have less leakage reactance than semi-closed slot. Open slot have less leakage reactance than semi-closed slot, whereas the closed slots have more leakage flux, more leakage reactance than semi-closed slot. So it is very important. So leakage reactance is more for closed slot, less for open slot. Ninth point, open slot in induction motor has the effect of increasing the air gap length 1.1 to 1.2 times of the actual air gap length. As a result of which more magnetizing current is required and operating power factor of the motor is worst. See here in an open slot, the air gap is more. So when the air gap is more, the reluctance is more. Reluctance is more, then flux is less. So to maintain flux constant in the machine in the air gap, the magnetizing current drawn by the slots are more. As a result, which and power factors are worst. So when the air gaps are increasing, the power factor is decreasing. So semi-closed and closed slots require less magnetizing current and therefore better operating power factor. So semi-closed slots and closed slots are better suitable for higher power factors. But in a semi-closed and closed slots, torque is very less, torque less. The air gap between stator and rotor should be as small as mechanically possible. This will reduce the air gap between stator and rotor should be as small as mechanically possible. So air gap must be less so that reduce the leakage flux between stator and rotor. Reduction of leakage flux means if the air gap is increases, there is a leakage flux is more. So leakage flux is more. So if you reduce the air gap between the stator and rotor, the leakage flux is reduced. It lead to better operating power factor. So if you reduce the air gap between stator and rotor, then power factor of induction machine is increased. For squirrel cage type, the rotor winding consists of uninsulated conductor in the form of copper or aluminum bars embedded in semi-closed slots. The solid bars are short-circuited at both ends by end rings of the same material. For squirrel cage type of the rotor winding consists of uninsulated conductor in the form of copper aluminum bars embedded in the semi-closed slots. So the rotor bars are placed in the semi-closed slot. The solid bars are short circuited by, so both sides of the solid bars short circuited by the end rings. So these end rings are the heavy copper material. This heavy copper material provide the high conductivity and mechanically strong. In wound rotor type, the rotor slots accommodated an insulated winding similar to that used on the stator. In wound rotor type, the rotor slots accommodated an insulated winding similar to that used on the stator. So in a slip ring, rotor winding is similar to the stator winding. But in a squirrel cage, the rotor winding is not there, only copper bars are there. The squirrel cage type is similar and more economical in construction than wound rotor type. Wound means here slip ring rotor. Further, the cage type is more rugged and require less maintenance than the wound rotor types. Since the former does not require slip ring and carbon brushes. If the rotor of a P-pole three-phase squirrel cage induction machine is replaced by a three-phase P-pole wound motor, when feed with normal supply, the machine will running at a slightly lower than normal speed. The machine will running at a slightly lower than normal speed. If the rotor of a P-pole three-phase squirrel cage induction machine is replaced by a three-phase. So same here, a squirrel cage induction machine replaced with a slip ring induction machine, then it will be slightly rotated. So now the objective bits. So write note down that a motor has a shallow and wide slats. The motor A has a shallow and wide slats. Motor B has a deeper and narrow slats. If both are three phase 400 volts, 50 Hz, 1450, 1440 RPM induction motor, it can be concluded that so motor A has a shallow and wide slats. Shallow and wide. Wide means there is a large air gap is there. Wide. And motor B has a deeper and narrow. Deeper means there is a height is more with a less air gap. Slats. Both are three phase 400 volts, 50 hertz, 1440 RPM induction motors. It can be concluded that so A has a motor A has a large area slots and motor B with a lower air gap slots. So the starting torque of motor A is higher because higher air gap is there na higher air gap, and motor B has a lower starting torque. So option we have to see the options. Motor A has a more starting torque compared to motor B, and motor B has a more starting torque. No. Motor A has a more pull-out torque. No. Motor B has a more pull-out torque compared to the. So the option A is correct because motor A has a more starting torque compared to motor B. Semi-closed or totally closed slots are used in induction motors essentially too. Whenever magnetizing currents are less and improved power factor. So as we seen that in a closed slots, less magnetizing current. In semi-closed slots also less magnetizing current. So the power factor is more for closed slots. The stator frame is mainly used to hold the stator stampings in position. B is correct here because provide a low reluctance path is wrong because no need of provide low reluctance path because here flux will not flow, so no need to provide a low reluctance path. And provide a ventilation, no need of, to save as a protection to the rotor. It is a provide protection to the machine, total machine, but the answer B is correct because hold the stator stampings in position. The stator frame is made up of cast iron, stator frame is made up of cast iron. To improve the power factor, either slots are used with slots, semi-closed and closed slots are used to improve the power factor. If you go for open slot, because of magnetizing current is more, power factors are less. The squirrel cage rotor machine can be used with a starter wound for any number, that means not a 2 or 4 poles. The squirrel cage rotor machine can be used for any number. Here all and any number is, all means 2 and 4. Any number means that any number. So seventh one, a 3-phase 4-pole squirrel cage induction motor has a 36 stator and 28 rotor slots. The number of rotor phases in rotors is, so it can be said that the number of rotor slot, the number of rotor phases equal to number of rotor slots under one pole. So it can be said that so 28 by 4, that is 7 slots, 7 phases. But stator is a 3 phase, but rotor is a 7 phase. If stator phases and rotor phases may or may not be equal, may or may not be equal for motoring action. But for motoring action, stator poles and rotor pole must be same. The rotor slots are slightly skewed in a squirrel cage induction motor, so it increase the strength of rotor bars and reduce the magnetic hum and locking tendency of rotor. Economic on the copper to be used, provide a easy of fabrication. So here increase the strength of rotor bar, it is not a correct. Reduce the magnetic hum and locking. So it's correct because of in a skewed rotor there is a magnetic locking, that is called cogging effect, and hum is called a crawling effect. These two effects will be eliminated in skewed rotor method. These two effects will be eliminated in the skewed rotor method. Skewing of the rotor in a 3-phase. So ninth question, skewing of the rotor in a 3-phase squirrel cage induction motor reduce the, skewing means skewed rotor, skewed rotor of skewed rotor of 3-phase induction machine reduce which one? So option A, noise, frosting torque, starting torque and pull out torque. Option B, noise and frosting torque but increase the starting torque and pull out torque. Noise and pull out torque but increase the frosting torque and starting torque. Noise. So here The option B says that noise and processing torque, that but increase the starting torque. So, its main aim of skewed rotor is to reduce the noise and increase the starting torque. Increase the Reduce the noise and increase the starting torque. So option B is right. The three-phase rotor of a three-phase 5 kilowatt 400 volts 50 hertz slip ring induction motor is wound for 6 pole, while it is stator is wound for 4 poles. Once again, the rotor of a three-phase 5 kilowatt 400 volts 50 hertz slip ring induction machine is wound for 6 poles, while stator is wound for 4 poles. The approximate. So here there is a rotor is wound for 6 poles and stator is wound for 4 poles. So the machine will not run. The machine will not run. The average. So the question is not over. Approximate average no load steady state speed when in this motor is connected to 400 volts 50 hertz supply. So the rotor poles are 6 poles and stator poles are 4 poles. Then machine will not rotate because the speed is D, option D is right, because here we can observe that if stator poles and rotor poles are not similar, then machine will not rotate. Coming to 11th, slip rings for induction motors are made up of pass per branch. The slip rings are pass per branch and brushes are carbon. So slip ring induction machine, slip rings are pass per branch and brushes are carbon brushes. Brushes are carbon brushes. A wound rotor induction motor can be distinguished from squirrel cage induction motor by wound rotor and squirrel cage induction machine. The difference can be found by if there is a slip rings are there, then that is a wound rotor induction machine, and if there is no slip rings, then that is a squirrel cage induction machine. So option A, size of frame, and option B, direction of rotation. So the direction of rotation will be same for wound rotor and squirrel cage rotor, and size of frame also be similar. Diameter of the shaft also is similar, but the presence of slip rings, the slip rings are there only for wound rotor induction motor. Wound rotor induction motor. Of 13th, question 13. The stator of three-phase 50 Hz 1440 RPM squirrel cage induction motor is replaced by a stator of 6-pole motor without any other alternation. The motor will. So a starter of three-phase 50 Hz 1440 RPM squirrel cage induction motor is replaced by starter of 6-pole motor without any other alternation. The motor will. So we can say that in earlier condition, the machine is running at 1440 rpm. The 1440 rpm means the machine stator poles are 4 poles. So here there is not mentioned that 4 poles. See in the problem. So sometimes we can expect this type of problem because we can say when the rotor is running at 1440 rpm, then the ns may be a 1500 rpm. The ns is 1500 rpm because when 4 poles are there. So the 4 pole squirrel cage induction machine is replaced by the 6 pole motor without any other alternation. So it is a squirrel cage induction machine. So the machine will rotate, but six six poles, because of the six poles ns value is 1000 rpm. So the machine runs less than 1000 rpm. So very important that we can understand the 13th question. The starter poles are not given at earlier, but the starter poles are 4 poles, because we can say that from nr equal to 1440 rpm. When nr is 1440 rpm, then ns is nearly 1500 that is 1500 rpm. If 1500 rpm, then poles are 4 poles. So if 4 pole machine is replaced with the 6 poles, then machine runs at and 6 poles means ns equal to 1000, then nr must be less than 1000. So option A not runs, option B runs at less than 600 rpm, option C runs at less than 1000 rpm. Option C is the correct, and D runs at less than 1500 rpm, because 1500 rpm is not correct here because it is a 6 pole machine. Which of the following parameters in an induction motor influence the magnetizing reactance to maximum extent? So the radial length, axial length of the starter stack, and radial length. Okay, the radial length. Now coming to 14th. If two induction motors A and B are identically, except that the air gap of motor A is 50% greater than that of motor B, then no load power factor of A will be proper than that of B. So motor A air gap is greater. That is 50%. When air gap is more, the magnetizing current is more. Magnetizing current more means power factor will be less. So here the option power factor is concentrated because in the power factor is less for A, because current is more for motor A. The motor A air gap is more, so power factor is less. So the no load power factor A, the option C, option B, see that the no load power factor of motor A will be poorer than that of B. So B having the less area, so higher power factor. The value of flux density in the air gap is usually in the range of 0.35 to 0.65 parts per meter square. A wound rotor induction motor can be distinguished from squirrel cage induction motor. So, as this topic say that in a wound rotor there is a slip rings are there. In squirrel cage there is no need of slip rings. So here we can say that presence of slip rings. Seventeenth question. The starter of 5 HP induction motor is provided with open slot with parallel teeth. B. Open slot with the tapered teeth. C. Closed slot with parallel teeth. Option D. Closed slot with parallel teeth. So 5 HP means it is a medium rating machine. Semi-closed slots with parallel teeth are provided. Open slot for a high rating machine, closed slot for low rating machine, semi-closed slot for a medium rating machines. If it is not particular, but the options are better suitable is semi-closed slot with parallel teeth. A wound rotor induction motor is usually not selected when cost is main consideration. High starting torque is the main consideration. External voltage are to be feed into the rotor. Variable speed operation is desired. A wound rotor induction motor is usually not selected. Cost is the main consideration and high starting torque is the main consideration. So if higher starting torque is required, then wound rotor is selected and external voltage are to be fed into the rotor. That means EMF injection method. So EMF injection method also, if there is a EMF injection is required, then in that wound rotor is best suitable. So option B and C is correct. B and C are a cage rotor and variable speed operation is designed. So variable speed also possible with the wound rotor. But here not selected means the negative thing about wound rotor is cost. The cost is very high. Cost is high. In a wound rotor induction motor, the remaining B, C, D are positive about wound rotor, but not selected means here the negative one is the cost is main consideration. When cost is main consideration, we no need to go for wound rotor, that is slip ring rotor. We go for squirrel cage rotor. The cost of the squirrel cage rotor is less as compared to the wound rotor. A cage rotor induction motor is usually not selected when so cost is the main consideration. So cost is the main consideration, then we go for squirrel cage rotor only. And high starting torque is the main consideration. So when higher starting torque is required, then we can't go for the squirrel cage rotor. as this is correct, and external voltage are to be fed into the rotor. So it is also very correct, but the external voltage feeding is not possible in a squirrel cage rotor, and variable speed operation is designed. So variable speeds can be possible in squirrel cage rotor also. But best one is the option B. In case of induction motor, the leakage flux is more as compared to a transformer because rotor is revolving. In induction machine, rotor is revolving. And option B, motor has a air gap. Option C, that three-phase supplies increase the reluctance. Option D, high flux density exists in induction motor. So there is a high flux density is there in a transformer and in induction motor. Three-phase supply increase reluctances. So it is a three-phase supply is given to the transformer and as well as induction motor. So option C is not correct. Option B is motor has a air gap. As the motor has a air gap from stator to rotor, but in a transformer there is no air gap. Rotor is a revolving. It's not a correct answer for this. So the answer B is correct, suitable. When resistance is added in the rotor circuit of a slip ring induction motor, so see that when resistance is added in the rotor circuit of a slip ring induction motor, when resistance is added in the rotor circuit of a slip ring induction motor, the starting torque is increases. Yes, because resistance is added, starting torque is increases, and power factor also increases because cos pi is proportional to R2 by Z2. So rotor resistance is increasing means power factor also increasing, and starting current is decreases because cos pi equal to I2 equal to V by Z. From that, a starting torque will be a starting current will be decreased. So question number 21. When a resistance is added into the rotor circuit of a slip ring induction motor, the starting current reduces, starting torque increases. So option A, starting torque and current both increases. It's wrong. Starting torque and current both reduce. It's wrong. The starting current reduces but starting torque increases. Starting current reduces and starting torque increases. This is the main reason so that we can go for slip ring induction machine instead of squirrel cage induction machine. Instead of squirrel cage induction machine. Which one of the following statement is correct? Similar Smaller air gap in a polyphase induction motor helps to option A reduce the chance of crawling. Crawling means suddenly stopping because of seventh harmonic. The machine sudden stop is called crawling. Increase the starting torque. If air gap is more than a smaller air gap, increase the starting torque is wrong. Reduce the chance of clogging. Clogging means it is a magnetic locking. If air gap is less, then clogging effect will be more but not less. So option D, reduce the magnetizing current. If smaller air gap, magnetizing current is more, not magnetizing current is less, but power factor is more. If smaller air gap, magnetizing current is less, but power factor is more. Which one of the following statement is correct in an induction motor? If the air gap is increased, its speed will be reduced. Which one of the following statement is correct in induction motor? If the air gap is increased, speed will reduce. No, its efficiency will improve. Its power factor will reduce. And then, so if air gap is less, then higher magnetizing current will be reduced and power factor will be improved. If air gap is more, magnetizing current is more and power factor is less. In a three-phase induction motor, the number of poles in the rotor winding is always the number of poles in the rotor winding is always same to the stator. So A 0 and B is the more than number of poles in stator and C is the less than number of poles in the stator and D is the equal to number of poles in stator equal to number of poles in stator. Size of high speed motor as compared to low speed motor for the same HP will be bigger, smaller, same, any of the above. Size of high speed motor as compared to low speed motor. Here size of high speed motor compared to low speed motor. So size of high speed motor is a smaller for same HP because when high speeds are increasing, the poles are decreasing. Poles are decreasing. So when poles are decreasing, the diameter is less. Diameter is less, size is smaller.